Hi friends, welcome to my channel. I am Sonique and today we're opening the Shadows We Cast. This is a tarot deck that I bought from Oneness Emporium. So let's take plastic off. On the box, that feels like velour. It's so nice. So this is by Nikki Ferrado. I don't have any other decks by Nikki. I am told they are amazing, but I don't think they're available to me. However, I have the Shadows We Cast because the Oneness Emporium has decided to make it available in the UK, which is fantastic. I'm so glad that we're having access to decks we wouldn't normally have access to. So let's have a look at this one then. This is the first edition, Walk Through the Shadows, Awaken Your Light. And it's nikkiferrada.com. And we've got some examples of the cards here. Oh, look at this. Oh, may these cards be your guide into remembrance. Of course, I've got my little spirit Kai here. Bless him. Okay, let's look at this. Let's take it out. So we've got a paper band. We don't have a ribbon to help us take it out of the box. These are the backs, and that's the same as on the inside of the box. Oh, these are beautiful. Oh, they feel so nice. So nice. And these are quite dark images. There are a few that are lighter, but in the main, I think they are quite dark to go with the theme of this deck. So we've got some black edges here. That one's a little bit damaged. That's the band, isn't it? When they put these bands round, can you see the damage that we get on the cards? It's an awful shame. The bird's back. Can you hear the bird? Tweet, tweet. Yeah, my little bird. Anyway, always comes to greet me every day. So we're starting with the Fool, of course. That Fool looks like they want to jump, don't they? And look at this aura around. Possibly the moon. And instead of a little dog, we've got a bird here. This cardstock's lovely. For comparison, it's about just a smidge smaller than a Rider-Waite-Smith standard deck. Minuscule amount. But they seem to be, arms wide and ready to jump. Ready to fly like the bird is flying there. The magician is up on the mountain doing his magic, bringing in that power there with that lightning bolt. Oh, and even the arms, look, they're outstretched, one as above, one so below. High Priestess, following this wolf of wisdom. Just going to read the guidebook for this one because it's beautiful. Travelling deep in the dream realm, the High Priestess is approached by a wolf. The wolf is wild, fierce and primal, and as they lock eyes, something within the priestess becomes lucid. Awakened, the priestess rises as the wolf guides her higher into the landscape of her own wild spirit. In this realm, the tame becomes free, intuition rises, and the density of earth falls away in this place. Guided by the wolf, deep truths are revealed. And it goes on. Isn't that beautiful? And there's the moon as well. Oh, I want to enjoy this deck. There's the Empress under the moon. And the Emperor, all this lava coming down these volcanoes. And then we've got the dragon at the top. Lots of fire energy there. And a Hierophant. Open the doors to knowledge. The Lovers. On cloud 9. Chariot. The horses are staying together. And we actually don't have a chariot on this card, do we? The individual is following along, but we've got this beautiful sun in the background. Look at that. And they almost look like, you know when you get the sun haze? It's making these horses look a little bit ethereal. Strength. Going through a mountain there. Hermit following his star. The wheel. See the movement there. Justice. Again, there's a lot of movement in these cards, isn't there, with the swirls. Seems to be a repeating pattern. And there again in the hand one. It's being pulled up by the solar plexus there. Or the heart, maybe. There's death. Temperance. Look at those colours. Oh. Again, we can see, because if you know the Rider-Waite-Smith, you know what's going on in these cards. You can see Temperance and the two vessels. And the Temperance is actually an angel. And look what they're emanating there. Oh, beautiful. The Devil. So we've got a claw here, almost looks like wood. A hand, very long nails. Fire energy in the background, and then this individual sitting inside the clawed hand. I've got fire here as well. There's a tower. Again, we can see the movement because it's blurred. The star. There's the person down there. We've got like a whirlpool here. And a galaxy of stars. The moon. Massive moon. Again, all this swirling energy. And I think there's possibly the individual. I'm not sure if that's the individual climbing up or if that's a crack in the mountainside there. We've almost got a palm tree here as well. Oh, that's sun energy. Gosh. Judgment. Again, these fires and movements and dark clouds. And that's reminding me of the Fool, actually. Because, yeah, look at these two together. I wonder if there's a connection there. Because this is the Fool taking their journey, isn't it, through the major arcana here. Now, I'm pretty sure that this is the Fool's journey through the major arcana. And then we end with the World. Again, I can see the bird as well. Oh, we've got some extra cards. We've got the Shadow. I'm being held here. The individual is being held here by the shadow. Okay, so here are our aces. No hands emanating here, but a lot of energy. We're in the trees here in the pentacle suit. The twos. That almost looks like a panorama there, doesn't it? So you can see they're really dark images. They're a lot darker looking at them in daylight than they are through the camera. Or through a tunnel here. That is Three of Swords, because we can see the impact of the energy there rather than three swords through a heart. We almost look to be looking, are we looking up or looking down at these three individuals? We're looking down, I think. Yeah, we're looking down at these three individuals as they hold their cups up, chasing after the ones that have got away there, ignoring the one behind. I love this dance here around the fireside in the Four of Wands. She's standing on the pentacles there in the Four. of Queens of Pentacles. This dragon energy seems to be coming up in the one suit, noticed? Look at this. Oh, trying to get into the shelter of the woods there from that snow. The doorway into the past. Yes, we've got dragon energy again there, so I think that's something to do with wands theme. Wow, look at this. I almost feel like you're in another world here. With your Six of Pentacles. So here the dragon and the individual is taking the higher ground. There's Seven of Cups reaching up. And there's something, oh, there's another cup there, glowing. I've left the two swords hanging on the tree there. And a lot of wind there in the Seven of Pentacles. And trying to keep hold of what we've built so far here, but the elements are proving challenging. So the swiftness here, the individual is actually on top of a wand. I like that. And we've got these dragons, look, in the background. There's the Eight of Cups walking away from the cups. Oh, that was a bit precarious for the Eight of Swords. And there's the Eight of Pentacles putting the work in. It really feels like we're in another world here. Lots of caverns and cliffs and lots of energy. The nines. I love this motif. Being chased away here. Swords are after us. Those nightmares. Oh, look at this Ten of Wands. That is magnificent. So the individual is still burdened, but they're climbing up the back of the dragon there. Is that wise? There's the family and the Ten of Cups. Ten of Swords. They're banished and in a bit of trouble here. They can't get through to where they need to be. This side here. And there's the family tree for the Ten of Pentacles. That's lovely. Let's look at the cool cards now. The pages. He's sitting up on the tree there with his wand, signalling to the dragon. This Page of Cups, right by the sea. Page of Swords, possibly going into a seat of learning there. Page of Pentacles. In the woods, yes. I'm liking this deck. It's different, isn't it? Again, we've got this dragon energy in the wands, blazing through the skies. And the Knight of Cups, got all this swirling energy. It's like iridescent colours. It's so beautiful. This Knight of Swords is very, very interesting. It looks ethereal. The figure. Knight of Pentacles is on the edge of a cliff. None of them, interestingly, are on horseback. Whoa, look at these queens. Wow. Oh, isn't that beautiful? So joyous. So in their element. The Queen of Swords up in the skies. Looks almost like they're levitating. Queen of Cups again. Rising up above this waterway, and look at this, has got to be my favourite Queen of Wands I've ever seen. The magic, this magic here. Oh, that's so nice. Okay, and the Kings, absolutely stunning. Look at the energy here. This deck is beyond my expectations, it really is. And just glimpsing the guidebook as well. The guidebook is amazing. So let's have a taste of that. I'll just read some entries for us. The Tower. Being as this is a shadow deck, we'll look at some shadow. A 5, so we'll go with the 5 of Cups. And a court card. I think we'll go with that Queen of Wands. We'll have a look at the shadow as well, shall we? So the guidebook is a little white book. It has 102 pages. I think this was a Kickstarter deck. So we have about the deck, a note from the creator, how to use the deck, meditation and grounding, asking for guidance, got a 3-card spread, another 3-card, 5-card, another 5-card, and a 7-card, and a 6-card, so quite a few. The hard time spread. Ooh. Introduction to the major arcana, and then we're into the card meanings. There's no images in the book. And about the creator. A little guidebook, but I think it's got quite a lot of useful card entries in. So let's have a look at them. So we'll look at the Tower. A dark cord of energy wraps around the heart of a lost soul, creating a breathless kind of pressure. Wow. At the other end of the cord is a mass of heavy energy. There. Taking and taking endlessly. She's mistaken its heaviness for stability. She's mistaken its endless taking for love. This cord is a suppressive connection that the universe must sever, because caught in this illusion, she cannot see it for what it is. So she's stripped of it abruptly, and now, cut away, she falls untethered. Eventually, she will land on her feet and realise she's never felt so weightless and free. The universe is removing something that is no longer stable in your life. At first, it may feel as though you are unravelling, and in a way you are. But you are coming apart in order to rebuild yourself in a way that is more stable and true. In this turbulent moment, you will find peace in surrender, and in knowing that this is happening for your highest good. Something is deeply out of alignment, and it's time to let it fall away. Then we've got keywords. Upheaval, divine realignment, inevitable change, wake-up call and destruction. And then reversed, resisting change, clinging to illusion, rebuilding. 5 of Cups. From behind the trunk of a tall and fruitless tree, you peek out with hesitant curiosity. Beyond the cups you spilled, someone has left you 2 full cups. You are thirsty and weary after wandering the forest for many days, but you are afraid to expose yourself by leaving the comfort of your tree. What if it's a trap or trick? What if your cup's never really spilled and you've just been lost in a nightmare? But under the fear, a small voice within encourages you to move forward and accept this gift of nourishment. It's okay if you're afraid and weary. It's okay if you are lost in the darkness. Maybe you worry that moving on means it's really over, so you stay where you are in an effort to freeze time. But you can't freeze time. And you're holding yourself in a place that cannot nourish you. The 5 of Cups doesn't push you to get over what you lost, but it encourages you to be with what is real, so you can grieve, forgive yourself, and let the healing process begin. When you are ready, the gift of new love, life, and abundance is waiting for you. Keywords: grief, loss, frozen in time, fear of moving on, defeat. And reversed, beginning to heal, new hope. The Queen of Wands. A mighty white dragon cools down in the ocean water, while her queen, her rider, holds a torch up, admiring her graceful beauty. Their loving bond has been woven over many years with threads of deep love, respect, and understanding. Together they fight when needed, play when possible, and rest with pleasure. They are mother, sister, and loyal friend to each other. They have an unbreakable bond forged in fire. To let your inner fire control you is all too easy. To become its partner with love, intention, and respect is to truly be empowered. The Queen of Wands is friends with her dragon, and she asks you to befriend your inner dragon too. You are incredibly powerful, passionate, and creative. Respect and nurture those aspects of your authentic self and begin to express them in your everyday life. The more you listen to the fire within, like you would listen to a dear friend, the more ease, joy, and success you will create for yourself. Keywords: self-acceptance, authenticity, self-respect, inner power, creative mastery. Reversed: being performative, dramatic. The shadow: your light body walks slowly, energy shrinking, weakened by the constant need to shine. Just as this aspect of you begins to collapse from exhaustion, your shadow emerges and holds your light body with strength. In the arms of your shadow, your light feels truly safe enough to finally rest. Maybe your light feels dim because you've been pouring so much energy into hiding your shadow, shining so brightly, trying to cast the shadows away and draining your energy in the process. The parts of you that you've ignored, rejected, or found unworthy deserve your acceptance too. The parts of your life that you don't like, they need to be acknowledged. Once you're able to be with both the darkness and light within yourself, your energy will come back. You'll realise there was nothing bad about your shadow, and much of what you don't like comes from conditioning, not truth. In accepting all of you, you come into a divine balance and your light actually becomes stronger. Keywords: shadow work, shadow integration, balancing light and darkness. Self-acceptance, self-love. Reversed: resisting shadow work, internal imbalance and self-deception. Isn't that a fantastic guidebook? Isn't that a beautiful deck? And it's come at the right time for me as well, hasn't it? Because I am grieving still. I am in the middle of loss. And I think this guidebook and this deck is so self-affirming. It acknowledges how you're feeling and helps you to see it possibly in a new way. I really like this deck. Shadows we cast. Thank you so much for watching and being here. Bye friends, bye.